This is the Colnago V3Rs, and this is the bike that will probably win the Tour de France. Now, since we went and filmed this bike, Colnago went and made Tadej and his friends a brand new bike, which is a bit inconsiderate of them if you ask us. The Colnago Prototypo is, well, a prototype. It doesn't take a fluent Italian speaker to work that out. While the actual information is limited on this bike, what we can tell is that Colnago is looking to marry the lightweight that Tadej will want in the mountains with the aerodynamics that he'll need for the rest of the race. We can see some interesting frame geometries around the fork crown and then at the junction between the seat stays and the seat tube. There is fully internal cable routing, a slightly sunken bottle cage mount area on the down tube and a slimmed down head tube. Ceramic Speed's SLT bearings sit in the headset, while the seat post looks to be a D-shaped design that will likely be specific to the frame. While we've looked hard, we can't see whether Colnago has moved to a threaded bottom bracket or stuck with a press-fit system. Colnago says that this bike, whatever it actually ends up being called, will need to be as versatile as possible, suited to the needs of the sprinters, rouleurs and climbers alike, and to be at the top in different phases of a race. Now, it can't be a bad bike because from what we can tell, Pogacar has been using this for every stage of the Tour de France so far, and well, he's netted a couple of stage wins and he's spent time in the white jersey and the yellow jersey, along with threatening in the mountains jersey. In fact, at this point, we wouldn't even be surprised if he's in green in Paris. Right, back to the bike that we actually know something about. Well, when I say it's the bike that will probably win the Tour de France, any of you eagle-eyed viewers will probably have seen that this isn't actually Tadej Pogacar's bike, but this is the model that he uses, and generally because it's a team bike, and team bikes are pretty much universal these days, it's the setup that he will be using. Pogacar's team of UAE Emirates uses a disc brake and electronic gear setup, much like most of the top teams. So this comes with the Campagnolo EPS Super Record group set. It is beautiful, it's also insanely expensive, and one of the things that I love most about this group set is Campag nailed the disc brakes. They really are brilliant. To get all of his data, Pogacar is using an SRM power meter. These things combined with the group set, where it just means that there is a lot of money on this bike. Just to help prevent any dropped chains and lost races, there's a little chain catcher in there. It's not something that you really need, but as a road racer, they're probably gonna just take the weight penalty of a few grams just to be sure that they're not dropping their chains. Campag's Super Record EPS is a 12-speed system. That's pretty new for Shimano, but the Italians have been doing it for years. Anyway, this is a pretty standard setup, 53/39 up the front, and then there is a nice wide range 11 to 30 tooth cassette at the back. Another component that's going to cost you a pretty penny is the Tadej Alanera handlebar. It's a one-piece design, and well, you can't really buy these ones. Tadej don't actually do one with a stem that's so long combined with such a narrow width bar. These are pro only. They literally only make them for the pros. So, you know, if you want a long stem, you're going to have to go quite wide on the handlebar, and that's just, as we know, not good for aerodynamics. Speaking of aero, there's something quite interesting going on with the hoods. Like many pros, Aruso has them turned massively inwards. Basically, all that does is allow him to get as narrow as at the front as possible. So when it comes to Pogacar's bike, I'm not sure exactly what he's going to be using in the race. He tends to go for tubulars for the highest of mountain days and also switches to rim brakes sometimes. So it'll be interesting to see if he's on this exact setup. But One thing that's interesting here is that Aruso does not have what I'd call the standard wheel for UAE. That would be the Bora Ultra WTO 45. These are a bit shallower. They've also got some strangely lightweight looking hubs down there. So whether this is a special edition wheel for the climbers or just the standard 33mm wheel, we'll have to check. What we do know is that these tyres are tubeless. These are Pirelli's tyres. These are a 26mm version, and they are very nice. And then rounding out the bike is a Pro Logo Scratch M5 saddle. Very nice lightweight design, as is the whole bike. What do you think of this bike? Do you think it's going to be winning the Tour de France? Let us know down in the comments below. Remember, we've got a ton of Tour de France tech coming up, so keep your eyes out for that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.